What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the College Basketball Recap and Preview Show. I'm your host, Will D, and I'm here with my man, Jackson Johnson. What's going on, Jack?
It's going pretty good. Just get ready for another March. And 2 weeks from now, it's going to get crazy and wild for sure. And, we're getting closer to conference tournaments and March Madness. It's going to be extremely fun.
Yeah, it's March. I'm ready. I'm ready
There you
for
go.
it. I'm ready for we're going down the stretch here in the basketball season.
There we go. Cue the Peanuts music. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
UConn was dominating Villanova, which, this isn't Jay Wright's Villanova. This is Neptune Villanova.
Yeah, you can't spell Villanova Wildcats without NIT, and I think that's where they're headed.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe they need to do what Marquette did. Get one of the Texas coaches, which we'll probably get to here in a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah.
Speaking of... go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, they're not the big bad Villanova anymore. They just aren't. But UConn, on the other hand, they are big and they're the best right now.
I'd hate to be on UConn's bad side. They'll.
But we'll see. We'll see if they can stay on the top. We'll see. But man,
there we go. But how about this game, Houston and Baylor?
Man, Houston, they blew the big lead, and then Baylor just crumbled in overtime. I'm like, you did all this work, Baylor, to get it to overtime, but yeah.
It's a crazy finish, I got to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And who'd have thought Houston would be possibly winning the Big 12? I don't want to call it early, but they look like regular season champs for the Big 12 in their first year of the Big 12.
Yeah, everyone thought the Big 12 would be too big for Houston, but maybe Houston's too good for the Big 12.
Well, I will say, all those naysayers that thought Houston would be falling apart in their first year obviously never saw Kelvin Sampson at Oklahoma.
Yeah. Or even Kelvin Sampson at Indiana.
True.
What's up, Joey?
Oh, what's up? Howdy, Joey. How you doing today? I'm glad to see you, man.
Thanks for popping on our show.
And we got Arizona smacking around Washington, but not as bad as Tennessee was smacking Texas A&M.
Geez, maybe Buzz Williams, maybe he should go back to the Big East. Maybe he should do a little Shaka Smart, go from a Texas school back to the Big East, because that's what it's looking like. It's looking like it's not working out for him in the land of the NIL.
That's exactly what our friend from Trojans Wire, Matt Zemek, was saying as well. Maybe Buzz Williams should do that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. You know what they say, great minds think alike.
Mm-hmm.
So, it would work out. Buzz Williams at Villanova, Shaka Smart at Marquette. That's pretty good right there. And it would show the Texas school what they're missing.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it kind of felt like Texas and Shaka Smart were kind of holding each other back. I think we're seeing the same thing with A&M and Buzz Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So, if Buzz Williams, if this is last year at Texas A&M, that would be more of a win for him nowadays out of there than it is for A&M.
Mm-hmm.
SC's not the big dogs in college basketball. Ah, man.
No.
Oh, man. Iowa State, good grief.
Yeah. Good effort by the Mountaineers in the second half.
But the Duke-Wake Forest game, it's not so notable about, like, the upset's notable, don't get me wrong. But the court story, there's just been, like, an ugly, ugly debate. Should court storming be banned? It shouldn't be banned. It should be this, that, the other. Jay Billis talking on First Take earlier this week saying it should go away. And, some people say if it wasn't Duke, it would be like someone else. Like, let's say, Duke's court storming or storming the field. Do you
Mhm.
think Jay Billis is going to say ban court storming or ban field storming, or is it? I don't think he is.
It's only because it's affecting his mighty Blue Devils. That's what I believe.
That's what it feels like too. I mean, it's just like, and our good buddy Only Talk Sports did a video on Jay Billis, and talking about the court storming discussion, and it's. I'm curious to see what's going to happen, honestly. Joey Foster says, we are so good. And he also says, I can't get over how good we are at basketball this year. What? Have we lost one, maybe 2 games? Prove me wrong.
Well, maybe if your boy Bob Ogden was still there, I think the Mountaineers maybe would have a great record, but
Or maybe they'll probably get Dusty May from Florida Atlantic. I mean, you can really contend with him as head coach.
mhm.
Kansas Jayhawks beating Texas, of course.
Yeah.
And Virginia basketball, the Iowa football of college basketball versus North Carolina. They
Yeah.
can't get over 50 points.
It's embarrassing.
Ooh, our friend Scotty B, the Baylor King. If Baylor beats Kansas this Saturday, don't be shocked with court storming, though. Baylor is expected to beat Kansas tomorrow. We'll be definitely getting to that game in a little bit. I'm
Mhm.
excited about it, man.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna be oh yeah. I mean, Big 12 basketball. It's one of the best in the business. Illinois, oh man, they had a close win against Iowa. And
Mhm.
Kentucky had a huge win over the Alabama Crimson Tide with a 117-95 victory. I mean, that's the most points against a ranked team in school history for Kentucky, I believe.
Yeah, I mean Kentucky. Hey, if they can score this, they're like the USC football of college basketball.
Well, I will say though, let's see what they could do in March. They haven't
Mhm.
been to a Final Four since before TikTok.
Yeah.
And we got the Deep South's oldest rivalry in college basketball with an Auburn victory over the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, Auburn's gonna be in a contender for sure. Bruce Pearl.
There we go. And we see the Immaculate St. Mary's with an 82-62 victory over San Diego.
Hmm.
Man, San Diego's not looking too good.
No, they're not as good as their other brethren in the city of San Diego, the Aztecs. They're definitely doing a bit better.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the other brothers, San Diego State with a 73-41 victory over Fresno State.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina smacking Ole Miss with a 72-59 victory.
Ole Miss is the biggest disappointment in the SEC.
Well, I mean, it is the first year of the Chris Beard era.
Yeah, but there's so much hype.
I know. I mean, it was that pitiful non-conference schedule that did it for them.
Mm-hmm.
Just win the SEC tournament. That's all. I mean, that's all you got to do to get in, Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, Washington State.
Oh no. Oh man, the desert claims another victim.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good grief.
Mm-hmm.
But are we seeing UNLV getting in the tourney this year?
Man, they're getting in. They're sneakily getting in that discussion. Them and Colorado State, both on the bubble.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Mount West is the premier conference in the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And we see UCF beating up on Texas Tech. And I got to be honest, do you think because I kind of feel like UCF wouldn't be in the bubble watch if they were still in the American. But now that they're in the Big 12, something tells me they're in the bubble watch if they keep winning. What do you
I,
think, Will?
I agree. I think that's a really good point, Jackson.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're in the Big 12, Big East, ACC, you're in the watch. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not so much if you're in other conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Those Florida Gators showed Vandy a little something, and Kansas State smacked BYU around for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Oh, my
man,
Irish were so close to coming back.
oh, your boys got beat. Oh, good
Yeah,
grief!
I mean, we're still playing pretty well. I think we'll be a tournament team if we don't get torched by the portal next year. We're playing better at least. But
Well,
it would have
maybe
been
you can
nice to
get
beat
some.
Syracuse on Jim Boeheim Day. That would have been funny.
There we go. There's your buddy Ace Ballwood beating up on Indiana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see if they keep building on that momentum after that comeback victory over Illinois.
And let's see if Missouri can get an SEC win before the season ends.
I kind of feel like they're like Charlie Brown at the pitcher's mound, just like throwing a pitch. They got to put
Yeah.
all their clothes back on. Throw the pitch, put the clothes back on.
Mm-hmm.
Then like the pitch, hit on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Well, NC State's looking all right. Well, TCU and Cincy in the bubble watch battle.
Mm-hmm.
Cincy got to do better. The last edition of the Bedlam in college basketball, at least for now.
At least for now, Oklahoma's still keeping their name in that bubble discussion.
True. I
Miami's
don't think
done.
oh, it's over for them. I mean, you
Mhm.
can't lose to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I will say the Bedlam rivalry will definitely stay in college basketball.
I hope
But
so.
well, I got a feeling there's some discussions between the ADs in the back room.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't know when the next game's gonna be. I think it could be like the Big 12 tournament, but I'm thinking more like after that.
Yeah.
Oh, Murray State is nowhere near where they were with Ja Morant.
No. They had another run like in 2014, was it?
Yeah. I believe it was when like 2012 was like the year where they were unbeaten that one year. I believe they were. They were scary good either way. I thought we believed that the pit was a scary
Man,
place.
what's going on? No, New Mexico's kind of falling apart.
That's
They
bad.
might be falling off the bubble, man. I was hopeful for them.
Don't do this, New Mexico. Don't do this.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at that old Murray State season. I remember that bracket busters game between them and St. Mary's. That was great.
That was awesome. Bring
Mm-hmm.
back bracket busters.
Yeah.
Loyola Chicago, they seem like they're making a fight for the Atlantic 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gonna have a great game tonight. I'm excited that we're gonna talk about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, can they win it is the question.
Mm-hmm.
James Madison doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
Pitt's doing all right.
Yeah, Pitt's in the bubble. Drake's not doing all right though.
This is bad, Drake. This is really, really bad.
Oh, the Georgetown being DePaul and the who the heck wants to in the Big East.
Ugh. I'm getting sick thinking about that game. Richmond's doing all right.
Richmond staying on top of the A10.
App State stunning the college basketball world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Boise State's doing pretty good.
Mhm.
Clemson's doing all right. Do they get in?
I think their non-conference was good enough that they're gonna get in.
Well, that Bama win just keeps getting better and better for them.
Yeah.
That's why I advocate for tough non-conference scheduling for everybody. That
Mhm.
way, it can help you in the long run. Bradley's doing all right, and Indiana State's doing very
Indiana
well.
State's doing great.
Seton Hall over Butler, 76-64.
Mhm.
Those Bulldogs, what's going on with the Bulldogs? Do they look like they're getting in or no?
It's gonna be close for them. I can take a look at the bracketology.
Well, all I could say is they better keep winning. That's all I could say for them. And they better have a doggone good run.
Mhm.
Colorado's looking good against Utah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Who the heck cares about that game?
Gonzaga's doing all right. San Fran's doing all right.
Mhm.
And that is all the games for Saturday. Now let's get to Sunday. Purdue beating the Scott Frost of college basketball 84-76.
I heard there was more Purdue fans than Michigan fans at that game.
Well, we see Marquette had a big one against Xavier. And that Nets game, St. John's Creighton, our good buddy Jeffrey was talking about, Rick Pitino talking about how the team's not doing so hot. They're not looking so good. Apparently, Pitino's venting session worked.
Yeah. They're back in the last. They're back. They're only in the first four out now, according to the Joe Lunardi.
They'll be able to make a pretty good run for sure.
Mhm.
I'd hate to be on Coach Pitino's bad side.
Oh man.
South Florida knocking them down in the American Conference.
Mhm.
I feel like this is going to be even better than South Florida when they were doing all right in 2007 and 2008.
Yeah.
Maybe they're the next Cinderella team in March Madness. Who knows?
Mhm.
Well, Maryland showed Rutgers who's boss.
Mhm.
Memphis and Florida Atlantic.
The rematch.
I'm looking forward to that rematch in the last week of the regular season. That's going to be a great one.
Yeah. None. It's shocking that none of both teams aren't in the tournament discussion, according to Joe.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
You think like Florida Atlantic's surprise Final Four run from last year will keep them in the discussion?
Possibly. Oh, they're just in as FAU, not Florida Atlantic. They're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Florida Atlantic, South Florida, they're in, but Memphis not so much.
Yeah.
The Buckeyes, Jake Diablo making a run.
Yeah.
He's gonna do great. Michigan State, though, where are they in?
Michigan State. Right now they're at the ninth. They're a 9 seed right now. But
Yeah, I thought so. Because if they were anybody else, they wouldn't be in this discussion.
yeah.
BCU, your boys getting it
Yeah.
done against St. Joe's.
Mm-hmm.
And Nebraska getting it done at home against the Golden Gophers.
Mm-hmm.
And now we head onward to Monday. North Carolina and Baylor bare necessities getting it done on Monday night.
Do you think it's time for Jim Larinaga to retire?
Give him one more year.
Oh,
Getting
yeah.
that vote of confidence. I mean, he saved himself with that 5-4 run.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder where Baylor's going to be heading. It's going to be great seeing them on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
TCU thought they had him for a trap, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And we see Kansas State is trying to stay alive in the bubble watch.
Yeah, they're in the next 4 out right now.
Oh, they'll get higher if they can do something that hasn't been done since 1983. You know what that is?
What's that?
Sweeping Kansas.
Mm.
I mean, it's a lot to ask to see if they can beat Kansas again, but this time at the Fog. Can they
Oh,
get that done will be the question.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mississippi Valley State got their first win. All right. Yeah, there we go. Cue the Peanuts music for these guys.
All right. The Delta Devils.
There we go. Well, and speaking of Kansas and speaking of Houston, got some big Tuesday night games from these
Yeah,
guys.
that shows that Houston is right now. Houston is the king of the Big 12 right now.
Man, Cincinnati, your bubble at watch is dropping.
Mm.
Just don't keep dropping, man. Just see if you can win. I mean, you lost 5 out of the last 6 games. That's bad. You can't do that. I mean, hopefully you can win out and then see if you can make a run in the conference tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But BYU did the impossible and upset Kansas at the Fog. What was your take from this game?
Kansas doesn't. I don't know if Bill Self's the same coach, man.
You think
I think he
he
might be.
might?
Is he losing it a bit this year?
I wonder.
But BYU, man, they kind of people are like, is BYU going to get in? Are they on the bubble? I think
Well,
they're
they're
in now.
obviously. Oh, they're obviously in if they're beating Kansas at the Fog,
Mm-hmm.
especially in their first year in the Big 12.
Mississippi State collapsed.
You're
They
disappointing
had
us,
it. They
Bobo.
had it and they blew it.
You blew it. You blew it.
You blew it.
Oh man, just waiting for the Ice King to go. You blew it, man. You really blew it. And San Diego State and Dayton and Utah State do not seem to be having any trouble whatsoever.
No.
No, sirree. Bella, no, I mean, this isn't 1985 Georgetown you're talking about. This is god awful, pitiful Georgetown.
Yeah.
Don't want us talking bad about you. Just keep winning. Just start some wins already. Syracuse and Clemson seem to be doing just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But we see Indiana beating Wisconsin, and Wisconsin has just had a bad month in the month of February, honestly.
I don't think that Wisconsin should be in. I don't feel like teams that are playing like Wisconsin should make the tournament. Like you gotta get at least some wins under your belt.
Well, hopefully with the rest of the schedule that they got Illinois at home.
Mm-hmm.
They got Rutgers at home, and their last game of the year is at Purdue. Question is, can they do it? Probably not from what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bad. The only wins I can see are Ohio State and Maryland, and that's Ohio State with Chris Holtmann. This is bad.
This is bad.
But what goes on with Mike Woodson? That's the question there.
I think he's still toast.
He's out. I mean, especially if we're hearing about players leaving for the portal.
Mm-hmm. You know who I think should be going to Washington State? I mean,
Who?
should be going to Indiana. Kyle Smith of Washington State.
I like that hire.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he'll have a very tempting offseason. You know, do I go to Indiana or do I try to lead Washington State into being a contender against Gonzaga and St. Mary's?
Mm-hmm.
Try to make some history in that conference.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Loyola Chicago?
Oh man, winning in the Riley Center is just a really hard place to win. For some reason, like St. Bonaventure, they play down to teams sometimes, but when they're playing up the competition in the Riley Center, it's hard.
True.
Yeah.
It feels like they play down to the Bonnies, but we won't be seeing them play down to Dayton tonight.
Yeah. The refs in the Riley Center give the Bonnies every call too, so you got to be like 10 points better than them to win.
True. Well, there's a win for your Irish.
There we go. That's a rough loss for Wade.
True. And we see Texas Tech. I mean, the Texas Tech game hit the headlines, not for the game itself, but because there's like a Texas Tech fan getting rowdy and a little too drunk from what I heard. He's like,
Man, just another night in Lubbock. Just another night in Lubbock.
I think he's got too many nights in Lubbock from what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
But Iowa seems to be playing their way into the bubble.
I don't know, man. They're in the next 4 out.
Well, if they can pull off an upset over Illinois, they just could.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime,
UNLV keeps winning.
there you go. Just keep winning. Just keep winning. What do? You win. Oh God.
If you're Arkansas, though, you lose.
Please tell me that this is just one bad year and not the reality at Fayetteville.
Oh no.
This is not good. Oof. Oh, Nevada. Oh man, that Nevada Colorado State game, that was wild.
Mm-hmm.
Gerard Lucas hitting that game winner. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
The Tennessee Volunteers had a big win over Auburn on Wednesday night.
Dalton Connect is for real.
Yeah, he is for sure. But can it translate to March Madness? And we see Marquette having a big one against Providence.
Will Tyler Collick be back for the game this weekend? That's what we want to know.
It's a good question. And the desert doesn't seem to put a scare into Arizona.
Yeah. The battle for the desert definitely went to the Wildcats, just like it did in football.
True. Maybe we need to put a little something on FanDuel.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, what's your take on Arizona State versus this team? Against spread Arizona State. This team's coming off a huge victory. Iowa State and Duke having a big night.
Mm-hmm.
Kalkbrenner had a big night against Seton Hall on Wednesday night.
He's a big guy.
Oh, yeah. Illinois, Minnesota looked like it was a very high-scoring game.
Mm-hmm. Alabama, Ole Miss was a high-scoring game, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 64 points in the second half. That's nuts.
That's insane.
That is holy cow. I mean, 110 combined points in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina and Texas A&M. Buzz, it's time for you to go to the Big East.
Will Lamont Care stay at South Carolina? That's what I want to see this offseason. Will Lamont stay?
That'll be a good question. Florida Gators seem to be getting the job done against the Missouri Tigers.
Yeah, everyone in the South Carolina is getting the job done against Missouri.
All they do is lose no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Army American game looked nice.
Mm-hmm.
There's your boys getting it done
There we
against Rhode
go.
Island.
Joe and Max both had a great games. I was there.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, not gonna get mad at Detroit. They had that one win, so
What's
what's
up,
up,
Todd?
Todd?
We just saw your Gamecocks grabbed another win this week.
There you go. See Northwestern having a big one against Maryland.
Mm-hmm. We saw DePaul have another tough one.
Maybe we should have DePaul and Missouri play each other.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
UCF getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
Belmont and Murray State. Booyah.
Mm-hmm.
Richmond getting it done
Richmond.
against
Mm-hmm.
the Johnnies.
The Johnnies.
And Virginia. Oh, that's something you don't see. Virginia going over 50 points.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
The Immaculate St. Mary's getting their 16th straight victory in all of college basketball. You know, earlier in the year, we were worried about them. I mean, they started out at 3-5. Now they have the longest active winning streak in college basketball.
Yeah, the Gales are fun to watch, man. They can score.
Oh, yeah. I hope they're in. I mean, that should
They'll be
basically
in. Yeah.
that should clinch it for them, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Washington State's getting it done against USC.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Gonzaga and San Francisco.
Oof. Tough night for the Dons.
For sure. And, you know, we talked a little bit before we started the show about how if this was San Francisco beating Gonzaga, we would still be talking about whether San Francisco be in. But
Mm-hmm.
because San Francisco lost, there's no debating about San Francisco.
Yeah.
But because Gonzaga's been in March Madness every year since 1999, there's really no debating about whether Gonzaga's in or not.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Ohio State's winning, but Nebraska can't get it done on the road.
Nebraska's still a 9 seed, so it looks like the Huskers will be in, and hopefully they'll be able to win their first game in the tournament. But
For
we'll see.
sure. Well, Memphis is beating East Carolina. Well, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Utah's doing all right. Rutgers
Utah
is
stayed in the bubble.
looking like it so far. They got to keep winning.
Now Michigan's nowhere close to the bubble.
No, they're pitiful. And Washington smacked.
Oh man, UCLA is embarrassing themselves this season.
There's going to have to be a lot of lobbying for Mick Cronin pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we see some of Friday's games. They're going to be great tonight.
There it is.
There we go. The matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to start off with Saturday.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Florida and South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got on this one, man?
I gotta pick the Gamecocks at home. We're gonna have to. There's gonna be Darude Sandstorm going. It's gonna be a great environment. I'm gonna go for the Gamecocks to get a huge win in the SEC.
I'm right there with you, partner. And we see a bubble watch battle between Villanova and Providence on
I'm going
Fox.
with the Friars, man. Dunkin' Donuts Arena. Those students are crazy. I'm going with the Friars. Did you see
Yeah.
them that game against Georgetown and what they were like throwing beers on the court at Ed Cooley? That was crazy.
Oh man, that was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Our good friend Jason O says there's no way Michigan keeps Jawan after last night.
Yeah, no way.
Oh, you're welcome, Todd. Anytime. There it is.
There it is.
The game that Scotty B, the Baylor Bare Necessities King, was talking about. Baylor and Kansas on ABC.
I gotta go with Baylor, man. I mean, I don't trust Kansas right now. They aren't playing well. I'm going with the Bears.
Right there with you. Sorry, Derek Johnson, host of Locked On Jayhawks, going with those Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Does the downhill fall continue for the Badgers?
I think it does. I'm picking the lineup.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I just do not see how they can get it done. I mean, does Greg Gard get that vote of confidence for next year? What
I don't know.
happens with him?
We'll see about that.
I mean, you can't just be in the top 10 and then be on verge of missing out of the NCAA tournament. It's just a bad look. Kentucky and Arkansas on CBS.
I gotta go Big Blue.
Yeah, reluctantly, I gotta go.
Especially
Kentucky.
after Arkansas lost to Vandy at home.
Yeah. But we got another exciting one between the Oregon Donald Ducks and the Arizona Wildcats.
Arizona's only lost one game at home all year. I don't think they're losing number 2.
Going with the Wildcats as well.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Let me see. Well, there's the big
There we
one.
go.
Our shout out to our boys at Sorgy Stories as they'll be doing a live stream tomorrow afternoon doing a watch along for Marquette Creighton on Fox.
Unfortunately for them, I have to pick Creighton. I don't know if Tyler Collitt's going to play. I have to pick Creighton.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right. But I will be pulling for Marquette, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm right there with you on Creighton. Well, we got a good one on Big Ten Network between Penn State and Minnesota.
Penn State hasn't played well away from home, so I'll pick Minnesota. Although I'll root for Penn State.
Well, I mean, Penn State may come back from a double digit, being behind in double digits. Let's go, Ace Baldwin. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The Bounce House.
The Bounce House on ESPN Plus.
Oh, man. I'm going to chance it with Central Florida.
I'll pick Iowa State.
Man, if Central Florida wins this game, that's going to help them even more.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got North Carolina and North Carolina State on ESPN.
I'll go with the Tar Heels. Tar Heels look like they're playing better recently.
Right there with you.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the Battle of the Bulldogs between Auburn and Mississippi State.
I can't pick Auburn. I mean, they did lose to Kentucky at home, but they almost always win at home, so I'll pick Auburn to win at home.
Right there with you.
And Mississippi State, man, they blew it.
Ugh. It's going to drag on over to Saturday for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we got a good one, a great underrated game. South Florida and Charlotte.
Ooh. I have to take South Florida. They've just been rolling.
Yeah, that game should be on CBS instead of
Instead
USC.
of that.
Yeah, USC Washington should be on Disney XD. They're that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not even going to get an ESPN Plus.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have like those preschool kids from Toy Story 3 watching you. There's the CW game between Wake Forest and Virginia Tech.
Wake has to win this. Wake has to win this.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't trust them enough. I'm going to pick the Hokies.
You think Steve Forrest could be getting a job at ESPN if they keep missing the tourney?
I think it's a possibility. He's kind of doing what Seth Greenberg did with the Hokies, like a good out of conference, a good start to ACC play, and then they just fall apart in ACC play, and then miss the tournament and become a 1 seed in the NIT.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
But we got a great bubble watch game on the Big Ten Network between Iowa and Northwestern.
I'm gonna go with Northwestern, man. They've been on another winning run. Although Iowa, I don't know, Iowa is desperate for a win, but I'm gonna stick with Northwestern.
Well, I mean, Iowa's been doing all right. I mean, they've won 3 out of the last 4 games.
Yeah,
So
they're trying
I
to
can
make a push to be in Dayton.
I mean, if they can beat Michigan State at East Lansing, I think they can get it done at Northwestern.
Yeah, you could be right. Now, can Virginia get to 60 points? That's what I'm wondering.
Let me think. No,
Mm.
definitely not.
I
Absolutely
agree.
not.
I agree. I'm taking Duke.
This is what happens when you mess up in March Madness, Virginia. We're gonna disrespect you till you keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you won it all in 2019, but still, though, do better.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a
Here we
great
go.
one. The Battle of Virginia on CBS Sports Network between VCU and Richie Richmond.
I have to be a homer. I have to pick my Rams. This is the 5th. VCU is trying to win their 3rd straight game in a row in the Robins Center. So I'm going to have to pick my Rams to pull it off. It'll be a close game, though.
Oh, man. I think I went against you the first time they played each other, right?
Yeah.
Reluctantly, I have to do it again because
No.
I don't want to. This hurts me more. This hurts me more, man. But I have to reluctantly go with Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh.
But I'll be pulling for your Rams all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, let's pull for you. Get that second win. Same with you, Mississippi Valley State. We're pulling for you all the way.
And we're pulling for Washington State to beat UCLA.
There we go. What that won't be necessary to put on the Pitts list.
On the Pac-12 network.
Yeah. But we can most certainly put this game on the Pitts list. The Big 12 bubble watch battle between K-State and Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm going to go with K-State and my man Jerome Tang. I think they'll pull it off.
I think, honestly, Kansas State is thinking a little too much about Kansas right now.
Mm-hmm.
Since he's going to catch him snoring.
All right.
And we see oh, the CW game between the Clemson Tigers and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish matchup.
I think my Irish have been playing well. I think we've won like 4 out of our last 5. I'm pretty sure, something like that.
Ooh,
So I'm going to pick my Irish to keep it up.
same. I mean, CW curse gonna strike on Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. We got the Kelvin Sampson game on ESPN2. Holy
I'm going
cow.
to have to stick with Houston on this.
I think I'm gonna go with the upset in Norman, Oklahoma.
Oh my goodness.
And then we got Michigan State going to Purdue on Fox.
Purdue will win this game by 15 plus points.
Yeah, but I'll be pulling for Michigan State on this one.
All right.
Although I'm picking Purdue.
Oh, here
But
we go.
the third Saturday in October at the Coleman Coliseum on ESPN.
I'm rolling with the Tide on this one.
Right there with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sick of that stupid hype that the Vols are getting. They haven't done anything to earn it in my book.
You don't think they deserve to be a 1 seed?
I mean, they deserve to be a 1 seed, sure. But they got to show me that they can win in March.
Yeah.
Because they can't do it. I'll go as far as say I'll bet $200 on them to lose in the round of 32.
Oh.
Especially if you pit them against South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for. I hope that happens.
You're gonna be loving that, Jackson.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Tennessee's gonna deal with a new Cinderella in town. Well, we got a great one on CBS Sports Network between New Mexico and Boise State.
I'm going with Boise. I think they might be the best team in the Mountain West.
If it were at the pit, I'd go with New Mexico, but I gotta go with the Smurfs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Oh, we got the BYU TCU bubble watch game on ESPN Plus. Does TCU catch him snoring?
I think BYU does it. I mean, it's in Provo. I have to pick BYU.
Well, you never know in Big 12 country. Because
Yeah.
I'll be going with TCU, but you could be right on this one.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Here we go.
There we go. The West Coast, the premier West Coast rivalry in all of college basketball. Who gets it done?
I'm going with the Gales. I can't pick against St. Mary's in this rivalry in Moraga.
St. Mary's with a top-notch sweep.
Mm-hmm.
The immaculate St. Mary's. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. That's about all for the Saturday games. Let's check out the Sunday slate. Oh, there we go. UConn Seton Hall on CBS. Yeah, go UConn.
Yeah, UConn.
And let's see. There's another one. Oh, there's a matchup between Indiana and Maryland. Who do you have on
Two
this
coaches that might not last the offseason. I'll go with Maryland because it's at home, but I don't trust any of these teams.
I'm going to go with Maryland. I mean, I think Kevin Willard gets that vote of confidence as well. He'll be making a top-notch lobbying session. And we got Drake and Bradley on ESPN2.
At the nap. This should be fun.
There we go.
I'll pick Drake, although I don't know. Drake hasn't been playing as well lately. You know what? I'll go with Bradley. Why not? Drake hasn't played great lately.
Yeah, just don't let Drake the rapper come to this game because then he's putting on a curse on them. But we see the premier rivalry. Oh, wait, this is college basketball. Michigan is pitiful in college basketball.
This is a pitiful. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Ohio State because Michigan's just been that pitiful.
Let's go, Buckeyes. Willard just signed a 5-star center from Baltimore. I think he's safer now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he picked Maryland over Indiana. I remember now that Jeffrey made a video on that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm picking Nebraska to win at home.
Oh, yeah. There's no debating that.
Mm.
And we see UAB and Memphis going against one another on ESPN2. I think the last time they play one another, I picked UAB on this one. I'm not sure. But I definitely remember picking them against Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick UAB.
Yeah, reluctantly, I may go against them this time.
Mm.
I kind of feel like the clock is setting in on Memphis, and they realize it now. So, well, we know our good buddy Kevin Borba from Locked On Buffs and Cardinals Country at Fan Nation is definitely excited about Stanford, Colorado.
Yeah, I'm picking Colorado. They're on the bubble, so they gotta keep winning.
I bet he's got like a shirt that's half Colorado, half Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't, somebody should make one for him. But let's look at Monday night. We see Duke going to NC State.
Dangerous game for the Dukies.
Who you have on this one?
I'm picking Duke still. I don't trust NC State.
I'll trust NC State on this one. I think Duke's thinking too much about NC.
Mm.
But then we see the Baylor Bear Necessities.
Oh, Bear Necessities all day and away go.
All the way. This is not the same Texas team as we've seen in years past. Tuesday looks pretty interesting.
We have tournament time starting up.
There we go. Why is that game being relegated to Peacock? Come on. Have some decency and put it on NBC. I'm not saying don't put it on Peacock, but put it on NBC. Nobody wants to see another episode, another sitcom episode of dude picking Fruit Loop off his belly button and eating it. Nobody wants to see that.
Well, I'm going with Purdue. I think they'll cement themselves as the best team in the conference.
I'm going to go with Illinois. That's my not so fast, my friend.
All right.
And we see Alabama going to Gainesville on ESPN. You're going to pick Florida.
Yeah,
I felt that sigh. That was a sigh of reluctantly I'm going Florida.
Yeah. I don't trust Florida, but they've been playing better this year. So they've earned my trust enough this year. Last year I barely picked Florida.
Well, I gotta go with my Crimson Tide on this one.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a truly amazing bubble watch game on ESPN2 with Syracuse and Clemson.
Syracuse gets blown out too much that they're not in the bubble lot. They're not even on the bubble currently, but
that's pitiful.
Yeah. So I'm picking Clemson.
Same. I think Brad Bunnell is going to do enough to.
He's going to do enough to keep his job and get them in the tournament.
For sure. Well, we see a Big bubble watch game between Cincy and Oklahoma on ESPN Plus. Ah, come on. Don't put that game on ESPN Plus.
I'm picking Oklahoma to win. I think they'll bounce back.
Boomer Sooner.
Mhm.
The Cuse is running low on juice.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so funny. Oh, there
Here
it
we
is.
go.
There it is. Can history be made? Can history be made by Kansas State? Can they sweep Kansas for the first time since 1983?
This is the season I think they'll do it. I'm picking Kansas State.
Ooh, there we go. I'm right there with you. I'm taking my chances on K-State. And oh, there we go. The West Coast battles between San Diego State and UNLV and Nevada and Boise State.
Ooh. Oh, we have Austin here.
What's up, Austin? Thank you for tuning in to this afternoon's edition of the CBB Recap Preview Show for March 1st. Ooh,
Ooh.
there you go. Oh man, this is gonna be a good one. UNLV versus the defending national runner-up on CBS Sports Network.
I'm going with San Diego State. I think the magic will run out for UNLV.
I wish, like, don't get me wrong. I like that some of the CBS games are on CBS Sports Network, but they should stay on there. Don't get me wrong, but they should put them on the CBS main network as well. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna miss another rerun of Blue Bloods. Like Blue Bloods is cool and all; it's a cool show, but I mean, you can always find it on Hulu or Netflix. Good grief! But we got a great one between Nevada and Boise State on Fox Sports 1.
I'm going with the Broncos.
There you go. Let's go, Smurfs. And we got Villanova and Seton Hall on Fox Sports 1 for Wednesday night.
Villanova and Staten Hall, as you like to call them. I'll go with Argmady. I'll go with the Pirates.
I'm right there with you. And we got the Bounce House at Central Florida going against the Houston Cougars.
I gotta go with Houston.
Taking my chances with the Bounce House.
All right. Here we go.
Come on, South Carolina. Oh, man. Give us your take on this game, Will.
My heart says South Carolina, but my head says Tennessee. I have to pick the Vols. I'll give it to Rick Barnes.
Well, I'm going to go with South Carolina on this one. They'll get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a big bubble watch game between Michigan State and Northwestern on the Big Ten Network.
I'll go Michigan State. Since they'll need it more.
The Spartans will be fine. I mean, they got Tom Izzo. I feel like if the Spartans are a 14-loss team, they're going to be lobbying all the way. And then it's going to be, oh, Michigan State, you're in because you've been getting in every year since the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You got Tom Izzo. Oh, we got a good one at the Hinkle Fieldhouse between Xavier and Butler.
I'll go with Butler. I'm going
right
with
there with
Butler. Although they've kind of slipped a bit, but I'll give them this one.
Let's go, Butler. The Butler Terrace Bulldogs. And we got Iowa State going up against BYU on ESPN Plus.
I gotta go with Iowa State and Ames, man. I don't think they've lost one at home.
Well, they're not going to as well. I'm right there with you. Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go.
Marquette and UConn on Fox Sports 1.
I gotta go with the
UConn
Golden Eagles at home.
Yeah, UConn does not do so well against ranked teams on the road. That's the thing with them. I'm right there with you. I hope Marquette gets to number 1. They deserve it. Ooh, we see Minnesota and Indiana going against each other on the Big Ten Network.
I guess I'll pick Minnesota. I don't trust both of these teams.
I'm going to go Minnesota at home. And let's see. Let's see what the Thursday slate is looking like. Oh, we got a lot of tournaments going on. Semifinals, quarterfinals, first round, second round. Oh, man. You think the Colts Center is going to intimidate Rutgers?
I'll go with Wisconsin to stop the bleeding on this one.
Yeah, I'll go with Wisconsin on this one. They suffer too much. Oh, there we go. The Apple Cup on Fox Sports 1.
Mm-hmm.
Who you
Gotta
have
pick
on
the
this?
Cougs to win the Apple Cup.
Same here. And we see Colorado and Oregon circling the wagons on ESPN2 at the Matthew Knight Arena.
You know what? I'll go with Colorado just because of that ugly court that Oregon State has.
I'm going to go Colorado. Oh, there we go. The how do you pronounce that? Yeah. Oh, you're
The
muted.
Poly Pavilion.
Yeah. Pavilion. Thank you. UCLA at Arizona at the Poly Pavilion.
Arizona's going to win by 30.
That's going to be like a 25-point victory.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if this game will be on the bad beats for Scott Van Pelt Thursday night.
Possibly.
It looks like a bad beats candidate. I can't believe Cal Stanford's going to be an ACC game pretty soon. Mm-hmm. That's so funny and terrifying at the same time.
There it is.
Your boys against Dayton.
We're going to the Flyer land.
I'm going VCU on this one.
Oh, yeah. We're going to take him down.
There you go. And let's see. Oh, we got a good one. The last game of the week for this week, Boise State and San Diego State. Who do you have?
I'll pick the Aztecs. Don't defend their home turf.
There we go. We got some wild matchups this week.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait. I hope Marquette gets their revenge on UConn.
Oh man. And we like Oh yeah. And we like to wish you all a happy March as we are officially now in the month of March.
Yeah, it's March. It's time.
For sure. Like, any final takeaways from this week?
This is all about bubble watch, man. This is all about this week's these bubble teams got to put themselves in position to be able to not have to win every game in their conference.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be great seeing games like Kansas, Baylor, and UConn, Marquette, Creighton, and all these upcoming bubble watch games. I hope Kansas State can upset Kansas, make some history. Because, I mean, if Kansas State upsets Kansas, regardless of how they do against Cincy this Saturday, this gonna help them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You sweep Kansas for the first time since 1983, you're gonna get people talking in a good
Yeah.
way. And the fact is, you're in the Big 12, so you won't have to worry about anybody not having you in, especially
Mm-hmm.
you keep winning.
Oh yeah.
Will, what you got planned going on in your adventures? Where can everybody get to you?
You can get to me on Marcus Era on Twitter and Will and the Irish. I'm
There
going to
we go.
be next week. You'll see me on site. I will be on my spring break trip, so it'll be fun.
There you go. Party in style, man. There we go.
Mm-hmm. We'll be discussing the conference tournaments.
There we go. That's gonna be nice. I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait to see what's gonna be going on. And of course, we'll be discussing the last slate of the regular season of next Saturday and Sunday as well.
Mm-hmm.
And as for me, you can find me at Jackson Johnson 979 right here on YouTube. I'm 201 subs away from the magic number 500. Getting there, and let's also help Will and D get to 500 subs as well. It's like he said, it's at Will and D Irish right here on YouTube. You can also find me on Twitter at Jatson09960335 and on Instagram and Threads at JacksonJohnson543908, where I'm just running my mouth about what is going on in college football, college basketball, NFL, NBA, and everything else in between. And you can also check me out Wednesday night as I'll be discussing with Frank Fear and Coach Chris on the Mountaineer locker room then and now about where college football is heading right now and what the future is looking like on West Virginia football at the Voice College Football. Let me tell you, it's going to be a fun discussion. And until next time, this is Jackson Johnson and my good buddy Will and D. We wish y'all a happy Friday and a happy March 1st. Stay safe and stay warm. It's cold out.
Happy March, everyone. It's going to be fun.